Hello everyone, welcome back to Did It Work? My name is Nina, and tonight I'm going to be doing a beef roast for you. This is a request from my bonus child JaNessa. So JaNessa, this is for you. The recipe that I'm going to be showing you is for a honey whiskey beef roast. I will be doing it overnight in the oven, hence my nightwear. Once I finish this, I'm going to bed. If you don't want to do yours overnight, you can do yours in a crock pot, one. You can also do it during the day. I don't want to do it during the day because it's in the 90s here, and I don't want to be competing with trying to stay cool and having my oven on. So at night, since the temperature outside is cooler, I'm going to do it here. So the first thing that I have to do is, since this is my recipe, I have to give you the ingredients. Me a beef chuck roast. Mine is boneless. You can also get yours with a bone in. Mine is 3 pounds. I'm going to be using 3/4 cup of honey whiskey, your choice, whichever one you want. I have 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. I have a 1/2 teaspoon of liquid smoke. Does it feel like you did it outside when you're not? I have some red pepper flakes. Some red pepper flakes right there. I have 1 beef bouillon cube. This is optional. I do it because it just adds a little bit more flavor in here. This is about 1 cup of water. Water's got to vary depending on how big your roast is and your cooking vessel that you're using. And then I have a 1/2 teaspoon of minced garlic right here. This is my dry rub that I will be using, and this will also vary. What I have right here is about 1/2 cup. Oh, I have a cup, my fault, of a smoky brown sugar dry rub. That's what I prefer to use. Some pepper, about, let's say about 1 tablespoon of pepper, and about 1/2 tablespoon of salt. And I just mix this all together, and this is gonna be my rub. And I also am going to have 1 medium onion here as well. This video is going to be a lot shorter than the last one because this is going to be very quick to prepare. And my kids complained that the other one was too long, but I want you guys to be able to cook with me. Okay, this is my cooking vessel right here. Has a lid to it, kind of shallow. This is kind of what I'm using right here. And the first thing that I'm going to do is put my ingredients in there, okay? So I have my whiskey that I'm going to put in here, and I will show this to you once I get this done. Get my spatula. I've got my brown sugar. I'm gonna throw in there. My liquid smoke, putting in here. Red chili flakes, give it a little bit of spice, a little bit. The sugar is kind of to take that harshness out of the whiskey. My recipe fell over, so I'm setting it back up. My bouillon cube, I'm gonna just stick in there. And I'm gonna put my minced onion in here. Mixed onion, I'm sorry, this is minced garlic. This is not minced onion. So minced garlic in there. And this so far is what I have. See this? And I'm just kind of stirring it up a little bit here. I am going to put a little bit of the water in here, so I'll show you that. So put a little bit of the water in there. So I'm actually going to finish and put the whole, that whole 1 cup in there. And this right here will eventually dissolve. So I just kind of stirred this around in here. And I know the bouillon is not completely dissolved yet, but it will dissolve, and I will get that dissolved. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this a little bit of taste. I cook by taste. That is the way that I've always cooked, with my tasting spoon. And that's the way I'm gonna tell you to cook. Taste everything. Woo. Still tastes very much like whiskey, but that's fine. All the flavors will meld in there. We're gonna put this aside. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it over here on top of my stove top and come back over here. Here is my roast, okay? This is a beef chuck roast without the bone. So this is a boneless beef chuck roast. This is 3.26 pounds is what I got. You get whatever you need for your family. This is kind of what I got. I'm get this mixture that I showed you before that I have, and I am going to generously put this on here. So I am going to switch hands real quick so you can see this. Okay, so generously, I'm going to put this mixture on here, and see all these cracks and crevices? I want it in there. So I'm getting it in there. So I am using my hands. You can put some gloves on if you like. This is what I'm using. And you can hear I got my music going in the background. Keep in mind, I do not own the rights to any of the music playing in the background. I just love to cook the music. And I'm gonna rub this. You see this? I am rubbing this. Clean up my mess later. I'm on my cutting board. These are little plastic cutting boards that I use for my cutting boards. And I'm going to rub this all the way around. So this is just one side. We're gonna do this on all sides. Okay, I'm gonna put you down. Maybe you can see as I do this a little bit. So all sides includes the side sides. So I'm gonna flip this over. All the crevices, getting them in there. This does not take you very long to do at all in preparation. And once you put it in the oven, we can really just leave it. It's not gonna dry out on you or anything else like that. I'm gonna turn this on the side and start getting the sides of this. So right on the sides of this. And I'm also using some of this stuff that I've got on the cutting board. This is good stuff on this cutting board. So I am going to make sure that I'm getting all that. You see these sides that I'm getting? Picking all that stuff up off the cutting board, still in the sides, rubbing it, patting it. A lot of times the best way to do food is with your hands. Get in there, fill it, get it all up in there, and then you wash your hands. This way, I know I'm getting in every crevice of this meat. And as you're seeing it, me turning it, you're seeing all of this is getting sopped up with spices. Sopped up with spices. All of it is. You can see that. So we're gonna do that. Have that all done. And I'm gonna wash my hands and I will be right back. Okay, so this is what we have. You see that? That's nice, almost to the top, which is fine. It does not have to be that full. It just happens to be how full mine is. You can use less, more water, either or. Then I'm going to take the onion that I have over here, this onion, and I'm just going to, as I'm just kind of sprinkling them on top. As you can see, I did like half onion rings on here. These are gonna cook down quite a bit. As you can see, this is only half an onion. You can dice them if you want. This is all up to you and how you want to do this. I like to kind of put mine over the top and along the sides as well. They're gonna cook down. I'm gonna pull all these in here. As you can see, I'm kind of pushing them down into the sides of it so they can get into all that liquid as well. Then I've got to finish cutting the one that I had. So get my knife, it's just right here. Then I just cut it down. Yes, I'm using that same cutting board because this is all going into the exact same dish. So I know you're like, raw meat. I am putting it on top of raw meat, guys. This is all cooking together the same, okay? If I wasn't putting it all together, I would not do it this way, okay? So putting this back on here way I did before. I guess I could have left that camera view where it was. I guess either way it doesn't matter. You're still not seeing too much, huh? So put this on there. And as I said, I am pushing a lot of these down to the side, onto the sides, so it can get into that liquid. You see that? It's kind of getting into that liquid. And then from there, I'm going to put the lid on it. So, lid on it. My oven is preheated at 250. And I'm going to open up my oven. And I'm going to stick this into my oven. That, ladies and gentlemen, the roast. I will see you in about 8 hours. It is 11 o'clock my time that I put it in there. So it's 11 o'clock p.m. I will see you in the morning and we're gonna see what the result of this is. Have a good night. Hey, good morning, everyone. It is approximately 8 hours later, and I am still in my bed clothes, taking my oven mitts to take the roast out. And all I'm gonna do is take it out, give a quick reveal, and I'm gonna let it cool for a little while. I did not sear this roast, as you clearly noticed in the preparation. If that is something you wanted to do, you can. I'm not, and I'm still going to have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful taste on it. So I'm pulling this out of the oven. Let's look at the reveal. Look at that. That looks absolutely beautiful. See how flaky that is. Grab me a spoon and just gotta kind of braise it. Put that liquid on some of the top of it. You see, I got that beautiful color on the top too. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna let this cool. I'm gonna put the lid back on it. Hello again. It is now later in the day. I actually have some clothes on, so yes, my KU attire. And I'm getting ready to now give you a tasting. But before I give you a tasting, I'm going to tell you what to do with it after you take it out of the fridge, okay? So I prepare mine with either a sweet potato mash, which is just sweet potatoes, cooked down, mashed up with butter, some salt, and a little bit of cream, or a regular mashed potato. I do a vegetable, broccoli, green beans, or a salad. I am preferring a salad lately more than anything. I do not cook vegetables in my roast. That's a personal preference for me. If you want to cook your vegetables in your roast, you will put them in the roast about 45 minutes before you're ready to take it out of the oven. If you cooked it overnight with me and you've put it in the fridge, you're going to take it out of the fridge, put your vegetable, put whatever root vegetables, carrots, potatoes, whatever you're putting in there, around in there, stick it in the oven for about 45 minutes to let it all warm back up. Again, you're not going to overcook your roast. I will sometimes baste mine the way you saw me doing it before when I first take it out. I just do it because I saw it on TV. So, but it tastes good. And then when you take it out, you have your dinner. As I said, I don't cook mine all together. Now, those juices are good. That au jus juice, those juices around that roast are great to make a gravy with. I don't eat gravy, so I don't make gravy with them. When I put it on my plate, I just spoon it over my roast and I use it as that. You can put it in a little dipping thing and do it the French way, yeah, and do it that way. So it's all up to you. But here we go. The red pepper flakes gives it that little bit of spice in the back of your throat. If you don't want the little bit of spice, don't put them in or put less in. It's all up to you. It is very hard for me to explain what the honey whiskey does to this roast, but it gives it such a unique taste for me that the first time I ever did it, I was hooked. One tip I'm going to give you that I didn't give you while giving you the cooking instructions: use a whiskey that is good to drink. Don't go and buy $1.99 whiskey and put it in there because you're going to get a $1.99 taste. So I'm going to say that. This is not dry in the least bit. It is so tender. You could actually do this and shred this up, put it on top of a baked potato, wrap it up in a tortilla, wrap it up in a taco shell and make some tacos. So many different things you can do with this. You can crumble this up and also make a shepherd's pie and use this as the meat versus the hamburger that you normally would use. So many different things that you can do with this. This I will eat for a little while because it freezes really well. So whatever I don't use, I'm going to put in the freezer, label it with the date, and pull it out, and it tastes just as good. Make sure you freeze it with some of those juices to keep it moist. By the way, the brown sugar does not make it sweet. It just cuts through that alcohol so you don't have that whiskey taste. So I hope you enjoy this honey whiskey roast beef. I hope someone tries it, lets me know, did it work? Did it work for you? Did the recipe as I gave it to you and you followed work? I really hope it does. Try it. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Until next time, cook with your soul, love with your heart. My name's Nina.